TIFU by leaving my menstrual cup on the sink. Today I'm going to share a coconut tub that is about a rarely discussed subject on this sub. Menstruation. Masturbation stories are plentiful, but a good coconut tub about a period, nowhere to be found. So today I'm doing to deviate from the normal jacking off into fruit and spin you a tale about that wonderful time of the month. Yesterday, I was feeling the sweet bloody love Mother Nature bestows on us women folk once a month. I had cramps, I was exhausted, and my patience was wearing thin. I decided to hop in the bath and relax before climbing into bed for the night. I have been using a menstrual cup for a year now. It's totally gross and my husband practically gags at the thought, despite the fact that he never sees the thing clean or otherwise, but there are many perks to this device. It's eco-friendly, I can wear it longer than a tampon, important for my busy job, and it's comfortable. Anyway, I take the thing out in a disgusting, bloody process and clean it. I then lay it on my bathroom sink to dry while I soak in the bath. So here is where I zucchini up. I have two animals who I love dearly. A devilish cat, named Carl or something we don't actually know, and a sweet dog named Roxy. I see Carl come in and jump on my counter. He eyes my cup and takes a few bats at it. "No Carl," I yell. Carl backs off, but not for long. Out of the corner of my eye I see him take my menstrual cup in his mouth and carry it off like some blood-tinged kitten. I scream, "Carl, no." I finish quickly and try to find where the devil took my blood bowl. After a few minutes, I see both my animals occupied in the corner. It took me a few minutes to realize what had transpired. The devil fed my sweet baby girl my menstrual cup. There were bits of chewed plastic everywhere. Pup stared at me, as if she had no idea what I was upset about, while that butternut Carl glared at me from the corner. "Cheesecake you Carl." TL, doctor. My cat fed my dog my menstrual cup, forcing me to ride the cotton pony for the next few days. "Is your dog okay?" "She's dying of shame." "No, she's fine. I don't think she actually ate any. Just chewed it up. Could try to piece it back together. But care, that kills people." My stomach was making the rumblies that only hands could satisfy. "I skipped a little bit and didn't realize you were talking about pets." Sir/ma'am, this butternut up is intended to be read from top to bottom. Riding the cotton pony. I've never heard that and it is amazing. Next time it's that time of the month I'll ask my girlfriend what she's riding and see what happens. I'm expecting a bloodbath. I also call mine the blood bowl. Or, sometimes, the blood chalice. TIFU by forgetting I was driving an automatic with fruit punch. So this happened less than an hour ago and I've just finished scraping out the front of the car of bits of fruit. But to start at the beginning, I was driving my wife to a baby shower party and, as we were looking after my nephew and niece, we had swapped my car, a manual, with my stepbrother's, an automatic. My wife had done her usual job, beautifully wrapping the present for the prospective mum, and we had also decided to bring along a bowl of fruit punch. For some unknown reason we had made the punch and put it in the bowl and just covered it with plastic wrap. Yes, I know, every other time I would put it in a plastic container and decant once we got there, or add the liquid ingredients on arrival, much smarter. However, it's 39 degrees Celsius here at the moment and we were running late, so I blame heat and stress for the temporary brain fart. Anyways, after driving carefully across the city with my wife holding onto the plastic covered punch bowl with both hands so she could even out the turns and the acceleration/braking, until we arrived and ready to pull up, when I conduct the FU by forgetting I was in an automatic and pressing the pedal next to the accelerator like it was the clutch, straight to the floor. Of course, this is actually the brake, making the car go from 30 km/h to 0 in half a second, resulting in 3+ liters of fruit punch meeting a thin lining of plastic wrap. Physics takes its usual course and the next moment the fruit punch exploded throughout the front of my stepbrother's car with bits of fruit and juice spread everywhere. My wife, who had dressed up nicely for the baby shower, was drenched in juice and bits of fruit. Fortunately, the gift escaped mostly unscathed, being in a plastic bag. I've been been picking shredded fruit and pulp out from every crevice and cranny. Once it cools down, I'll go and wipe everything down so it's not sticky and so I can hand the car back without it being completely gross. My wife says she forgives me. She got spare clothes from the party host and decided to stay. TL, doctor, hit the brake instead of the clutch, causing explosive release of fruit punch over my wife and in my stepbrother's borrowed car. Those darn physics. I never screwed the pooch this bad, but have done similar. From 60 miles per hour to dead stop in a frickin' Ford Aerostar. It was the first automatic my family had gotten in 15 years and I had only been driving for a few of those years, 25 years ago now. It had the gear shifter coming out of the floor like every other vehicle I'd ever driven. I managed to slam the brakes and get it in park while my brain was telling me I was downshifting to slow for a sharp curve. I made the curve safely after cranking back up and confirming it moved and didn't leak any new fluids. Didn't even think of telling mom what I'd just done in her new, very used, van. I drive both manual and automatic. The brake pedal is too far right from the usual clutch position to get confused. Normally I end up stomping on nothing. How exactly do you confuse the brake pedal for the clutch? Normally when driving a manual car you depress the clutch using only your left foot and operate the gas and brake only using your right foot. With an automatic that leaves only the right foot operating the two pedals. Even if you go by muscle memory you would use your left foot to press a pedal that isn't there, not pressing the brake. Can't speak for op. But I did this same thing one time and had to pause and do a little CSI work to figure out how it was possible. I determined that while driving manual I keep my feet roughly 10 inches apart using left and right to operate clutch/gas. But when I was driving the automatic I would get lax with my foot position and pull my left foot all the way back and even a little behind my right. So when I went to stop I was throwing my left foot out and catching the edge of the brake pedal, therefore stomping it to the floor. Well, that story definitely packed a punch. Oh wait, it did not, and caused the FU in the first place. Smile. TIFU by leaving jewelry by my computer, and thus breaking it. English is not my first language. Sorry for mistakes. I'm also on mobile because of reason above. I wear a lot of rings all the time, because I love how it looks. And I also spend a lot of time on my laptop when I come home from school. So naturally many rings end up lying around, close to my laptop, or on it in this case. There was this tiny little ring I wear on my pinky, and it has been lying just next to the mousepad for quite a long time. Many times have I closed the laptop with the rings inside. So I didn't think this would be a problem in the least. But, what do I see upon folding open this desktop computer of mine? It's absolutely, thoroughly, wholly demolished by this one tiny pinky ring. The pinky ring managed to crush the screen and stuff. I don't even have a clue how it happened. All I can do is look at it and feel so terribly stupid. This situation is so goddamn unnecessary. I feel so stupid. TL, doctor, a tiny little ring just broke my computer to the point it's unusable. Edit, for clarification, I meant that it is unusable in its current state. I know it can be fixed. Here's proof. I may have messed it up in some way. I'm not used to mobile. Another edit. Sorry, I forgot to say that I couldn't include my username in the proof picture. But the ring is there at least. Slowly close laptop screens in the future. Don't slam them. It sounds like you only broke your screen. With an external monitor you can still use the laptop. I should imagine it's the most common problem and the least serious, as it doesn't involve data loss or really expensive parts like the CPU, but some monitors can be quite expensive to fix. Yep, you cheesecake up. I got a quarter stuck in my laptop hinge once and it almost completely popped the hinge off when I opened it. Cheesecake happens. I don't know what a hinge is, but I get the idea. Good luck. Once I closed a giant crane fly in my laptop when I was in a hurry. Since I usually dock my laptop at work, it remained undetected for a while. I discovered it in the middle of a manager's meeting. I may have shrieked like a little girl in front of all our directors. I did exactly this with one earbud over the summer. $100 I didn't want to spend, but it ended up being less of a big deal than I expected.